Hello, everyone. This is Bob Dole, president of Solution Driven Wealth. Today is September the 15th, 2022. We certainly wish you the very best to the fall season. Just remind you that if you ever have a question or concern about your portfolio, to please reach out to myself or my team members to address any of those concerns that you may have. You know, we are entering the midterm election season, and I think it's good to look at history given in light of what the volatility has been in the market so far this year. Historically, the incumbent party does lose seats to the contra parties, although this time, with the Roe v. Wade decision being overturned, that decision could impact markets as we go forward. There's some very interesting data that Capital Group has put together on this chart here. When we look at this chart going back all the way to 1931 and taking all of the averages of the midterm election years, that is represented on the bottom line of this chart. So think about it, 90 years of data all averaged out, and you can see periods of profound volatility on the bottom portion beginning typically in late May and going all the way until October. Once we get into mid to late October, the markets start to accelerate to the upside. And in fact, after the midterm elections are concluded, we see an uptick in the markets, whereas all of the other years, we don't have this level of volatility. Very interesting. When we start to look at the volatility measured on this as a percentage or a measurement using standard deviation, again, the blue bar is representing all midterm election years going back to 1970. When we look at this, all of the other years are averaged in there. We can see the standard deviation in the blue bar being profound, as high as 18 in the month of October compared to about 12 for all non-midterm election years. Despite all of the volatility following the conclusion of the midterm elections, there's actually some pretty good news. It is by far and away the best year for equities in the presidential cycle. Going all the way back to 1950, so 70 years plus of data here, we're looking at midterm elections averaging for the 12 months following the midterm elections about a 15% rate of return. All of the other years, only about 7. So we're seeing certainly some volatility in the positive years, but generally speaking, a positive return every time for those 12 months following the election period. People have also asked me, Bob, does it matter what party wins? It actually does not to a large extent. If we have a unified government, that means controlled by either party, House, Senate, and the presidential chair, all controlled by one party, we're looking at about a 10.4% rate of return on average. If we look at a unified Congress, but a different president in terms of party, about a 7.4% rate of return. And if we have a split Congress, which is probably what the bettings are right now, the betting money is probably on the Republicans taking back the House, but not taking control of the Senate, we get about a 10.8% return. It's been a very, very challenging year to say the least, but we think there's some more opportunities coming forward. We do appreciate the opportunity to obviously work with you on a continual basis. We treasure and value the relationships that we've built up for these many years with you, and we look forward to keeping them going and introduced to your other friends and colleagues. We appreciate the time you've taken to look at the video today, and we wish you a great start to the fall season.